What is good, YouTube? What is good, PlayStation Nation? Oh, yo, listen, it is your boy Persona of Gaming with Persona, host of When Persona Speaks, host of When Persona Interviews, and one half of the host of What's Up PlayStation Podcast every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Man, that's a... Whew, you gotta take a deep breath after that. Yo, listen, shout out to everybody that's here right now. Shout out to the early birds, shout out to the day ones, shout out to the supporters, shout out to the lurkers. Shout out to everyone that'll listen to this later. Shout out to everyone that's gonna listen to this live. Hey, yo, listen, man, I'm in a good mood today. It's beautiful outside today, man. Nice weather. You feel me? Nice weather. Right? Out here in NY. But see, this is a good and bad thing out here in New York. You understand? Because when the weather starts, especially after this COVID pandemic shit and the lockdowns and stuff being closed and all, oh man, listen, this summer, oh yeah, that New York crime is about to be through the roof. We talking 80s and 90s level, man, because people been cooped up in the house. People are stressed. People are tired of dealing with the bull. Listen, when I tell you, New York is about to be jumping this summer. And you know where my black ass gonna be? I'm gonna be in the house. I'm kidding. I mean, obviously, I'll go out and whatnot, but listen, we gonna have to bring it back to the young days when the street lights come on. Your boy in the house. Your boy in the house when them street lights come on. You feel me? I got my gallon of water near me. But listen, I know some of y'all are probably wondering, yo, Persona, man, I didn't see this show on the list. I didn't see this show on your channel. There was no preview. Yo, this is an impromptu because I was debating all day today, right? I was debating like, yo, should I do a show? Yo, Howard, what's good? Matter of fact, yo, did I say what's up to y'all? Hold up. Where are my manners? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry. Rollo God in the building, what is good? Ice Queen Gaming, what is good? It's cold in UK where I live. Oh no, don't worry. Couple more days, couple more months, it's gonna get beautiful. Howard Gaming, what is good? Yo, Dribble Piss. What is yo Dribble, your name has always been how do I say unique. Yo, Dribble, what is good, man? Long time no see. I hope you good out there in the UK, bro. You and the missus, I hope y'all are okay. Yo, Corey in the building, man. What is good, bro? Devil Shooter, what is going on with you, man? Damien in the building. Quamvo in the building. Who else is here? Who else? Early Birds. CTR2, what is good? Appreciate you being here. Star Guardian in the building. Yo, Philip, what is good? Caleb Kaiser, what is good? Dan S, what's going on with you, man? Games for Eternity, how you feeling today, man? What's good with you? Blandrew in the building, what is good, Blandrew? ISA in the building, appreciate you, bro. Logical in the building, appreciate you. I appreciate all y'all. Pug Channel in the building. Oh man, Stardust, a Zero in the building. Oh man, yo, the day ones, the early birds. Y'all are here today, man, and I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all know this, right? Hey, man, instead of a round of applause, let's play some music for y'all. I'm going to play some music for y'all, man. No round of applause. No round of applause for the people in the chat. We're going to do some music for the people in the chat. I got y'all. Hold on, here we go. Hey, here we go. Hey, music for the people in the chat. Hey, it's a party today. Hey, yo, you know what's the name of that song too? I'll let that ride on. Hey, music for the people in the chat, yo. Music for the people in the chat. Dance around, get good, get happy. PlayStation Nation, get happy. I'm in a good mood today, guys. I really am in like a really great mood today. Shout out to y'all, man. So listen, I know this is an impromptu show, and I was debating. I'm like, yo, should I do this show? I don't know. Because we've been talking about this a lot lately. You get what I'm saying? I'm starting to get a little, yo, Eric the Beard, what's good? Link, what's good, man? I'm starting to get a little brain damage talking too much about Xbox. Hey, all jokes. It's all jokes. It's all jokes. Relax, guys. It's jokes. Yo, Xbox guys, don't beat me up. I'm sorry. It's jokes. I'm sorry. It's jokes. But I was like, yo, should I talk about this today? I did. I watched the whole thing, by the way. I watched the Bethesda roundtable. I did. I watched the whole thing. I watched it while I was working. And I'll be honest with you guys. Y'all not gonna lie. Your PlayStation Nation, y'all gonna beat me up. Y'all gonna beat me up for this. PlayStation Nation, listen. Before I even give my answer, PlayStation Nation, I need y'all to understand something. Don't beat me up, PlayStation Nation, okay? I'm still PlayStation Nation. I still PlayStation around here, understand? But I gotta be honest with y'all, PlayStation Nation. That round table was pretty cool. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Don't beat me up. I'm sorry. Did I just say that? Oh, no. I'm talking too much about Xbox. Oh, no.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Oh, no. I'm talking too much about Xbox. Oh, they brainwashed me. Nah, but all jokes aside, the round table was pretty cool, right? You know, I did like the you know, some of the back and forth, and like, you know, some of the things they're saying. One of the things I did like is how like every studio was talking about, you know, how they became a part of Bethesda, and you know, like the Bethesda believing them and things like that. I did like seeing that. You get what I'm saying? I did like seeing that. Honestly, I did. One thing, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I think all of us, right? And anybody that says that they weren't, they're a liar, right? Especially Xbox, the Xbox camp, right? The fanboys and whatnot. A lot of people were tuned into that round table, looking for confirmation of whether or not Bethesda games are going to be full exclusives or third party or what's going on. That's why most people were there, right? That's why most people were there. Tom didn't look happy on that round table. Yeah, Tom, he always looks like I don't know. He always looks angry. He's got like the male version of resting bitch face. He just always looks very angry and uptight. I don't know why. But Pete, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Pete Hines, Pete Hines looked happy as hell, man. He like, whoo, we got this debt cleared. We got these stupid motherfuckers to buy us up and take the debt. Yo, let me stop joking, man. Cause somebody gonna hear this, but oh, see, this is the problem with the gaming community. Y'all so toxic. Y'all so mean. Pete Hines looked happy as hell, though. I'm not gonna lie. Pete Hines looked real happy. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. Pete Hines was looking real happy in that goddamn. He looked genuinely happy to be there. Like, no lie, Pete Hines looked really genuinely happy to be there. Which is, listen, that's good, man. Like, look, but you know, one thing nobody can deny is, you know, Bethesda and Microsoft do have a good relationship, right? They've always had a really good relationship for a really long time, right? Like, that's not, you know, it's not like once this deal happened, they were friends and now, oh, everything is kumbaya. No. Microsoft and Bethesda have had a really good working relationship for quite a few, spanning a couple of gaming generations now, right? So this is no surprise. You get what I'm saying? Yo, Eric the Beard, man, he said at Persona, I'm kind of glad this is happening. Hopefully it forces Sony to drop some of their own AAA fantasy games to compete with Xbox with what Xbox will be pushing out. Eric, that is let's put a pin in this, because I'm gonna talk about this. I'm gonna pin this message. Let me pin this message. I'm gonna pin that, because I do want to talk about I with the conversation that we're gonna have today. I definitely want to talk about that. So I pinned that message because I want to be reminded of that so that I can come back to it so we can talk about that. We're gonna talk about that, Eric. I promise. We're gonna talk about that. I promise. So it definitely looked good. It definitely looked happy. They definitely looked very happy, right? Uh, but like I said, we all know why people were there. I know why. I know why I was there. I know why you were there. And for the Xbox guys, we know why majority of them were there. Because let's be honest here, guys. Let's be honest here. When you look at some of the trophies, because listen, this is why I love trophies and achievements, because they prove, because a trophy or an achievement is the ultimate determining factor of whether you playing games or not, or playing the games that you say you enjoy, right? If there's one thing that we know is that with a lot, and I'm not talking about the fans. That's one thing I want to get clear, right? This is something I want to get clear here. Right? Because, and it's not y'all, the day ones and the ones that know me and know my content and know how I talk. You guys know I'm a very, although I'm PlayStation Nation all the way, but I'm very leveled with how I am when it comes to a lot of these things. You guys know this, right? This is why you guys enjoy my content. This is why you guys come back, right? One thing I want certain people to understand is this, right? Because you have a lot of people that, they view something that you say that's negative, and so again, let's use myself. Because I prefer PlayStation, me saying something negative about Xbox, or me saying something that a negative about the specific fan base of a specific demographic of the fan base about Xbox, you got people that'll look at that and say, oh, well, you're a fanboy, you're toxic, you're this, you're that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wait a second. Are you playing the game? Like, are you playing? Because at the end of the day, guys, it goes straight like this, right? It's great for people to be excited about business, right? Because let's keep it a stack here. Acquisitions is an exciting time, right? All is getting, they're acquiring this, more games and this, that, and the third, whatever. But a lot of people have a problem with being honest about where their excitement comes from. What do I mean by that? Persona, what are you talking about? So what I mean is, we've all played Spider-Man, 2018 Spider-Man, right? A lot of us have played Ratchet and Clank, right? Seeing Insomniac's acquisition, seeing PlayStation acquire Insomniac, that's an exciting time for two reasons, right? And I'm using myself for an example. One, I love the Ratchet and Clank games. I love Spider-Man, right? That was such a great game. Insomniac I love Sunset Overdrive, right? Sunset Overdrive was the reason why I bought an Xbox in the first place, right? A lot of y'all didn't know that. At the launch of the last generation, I went out and bought an Xbox for Sunset Overdrive. I love that game. A lot of people, Persona, you love that game. What's wrong with you, Persona? You're so, like, what? That was my reason for buying an Xbox. Sunset Overdrive, Halo 5, which was trash, by the way. Gears 4, all that stuff, right? So, I love their games, and, seeing them under the PlayStation umbrella and seeing how PlayStation has cultivated a lot of their studios, and when you look at the quality of games that comes from PlayStation, seeing something like that, I'm like, yo, that's great. That's awesome. I can't wait to see what type of collabs and things like that will happen. Now, let's flip it to the Xbox side. The same thing applies, right? Where you've got a lot of people on the Xbox side that are excited for the same things. Oh, I love Bethesda games, so I can't wait, to play more of those games. And now they're going to be on my, it's their favorite platform and things like that, right? But then you've got the other side, right, where it's just, I'm excited that Bethesda games will no longer be on PlayStation. That's the excitement. Never mind the business side of it and, add more studios, more quality games, blah, blah. No, a lot, and it's not the fans, and that's what I want to make clear here, right? The Xbox fans or the fans of Bethesda and things like that, it doesn't apply to you, right? If it doesn't apply, let it fly, right? It's a very old school saying, but it rings true today. Because oftentimes you see a lot of people, well, not me, Persona, what are you talking about? I'm a gamer, Persona, I do this, I play this. Then if it doesn't apply to you, then why are you so angry? Why are you so up in arms? If it doesn't apply to you, right? But this is the problem, right? A lot of people tell on themselves because if something does apply, so for example, say an Xbox fan or anybody, it doesn't have to be an Xbox fan, it can be anybody. So say they're like, oh well, PlayStation gamers, they don't play their exclusives, they don't play their games, blah blah blah. That don't apply to me. Yo, Jack moving the building. Shout out to my boy. Yo, Jack. Ayo, Jack, man. Ayo, Jack. Ayo, listen, let me tell you something. Shout out to my boy Jack Move Johnny, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all why real quick, man. Jack Move is he's a very unique person, right? One of the most unique people I've met on the internet, man, because the things that he does with his channel and his charisma and how funny, Jack is a very funny guy, right? So I was watching the rap battle last weekend. It was the weekend, right? Was that Sunday or Saturday or Sunday? I was watching the rap battle that Jack was doing on his channel, and listen, man, the content that Jack creates. Ayo, that shit was comedy. And I came in a little bit towards the end of their last round. And I rewatched the whole thing though, just to kind of get the gist of what was going on. Listen, that was funny. Then I see on Twitter, was it yesterday or the day before? I see on Twitter, I see Jack going back and forth with the dude that won, the Axel Samuels dude. Hey, Jack is a funny guy, man. Shout out to my boy Jack, man. If there's one person you want on your team, if you cracking jokes and you want somebody on your team that's that's good at cracking jokes, you want Jack Move on your team. Trust me when I tell you, you want Jack Move on your team, man. Real talk. Shout out to my boy Jack, man. that Axel Samuels, man. You better pull back, man. I listened to the song he did too. Hey, listen, man. Let me see if I got the right sound for that song real quick. Where is it at? I'm trying to find it. Let's play. I'm trying to. Denied. That's a good one.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Oh, this one.
Suck.
It's the right one should be. Because that's really what. I ain't gonna lie, man. He gonna have to go back to the drawing board there. But shout out to Jack. So listen, Court, what's good, man? So the thing that I think a lot of people misunderstand, right, is, with a lot of what we've seen, a lot of things that we've seen in the community these past couple weeks, since this Bethesda deal, since the news came out, right, a lot of what we've seen were people that don't play Bethesda games excited about the acquisition, right? So if you don't play these games, your achievements prove you don't play these games, but you're excited. What's the obvious answer for where your excitement comes from? Your excitement comes from the fact that the games can't be played on PlayStation, or your excitement comes from the fact that Xbox gets a one-up. Which, listen, I'm not mad at that. I'm not here to condemn you for that. Right? Because listen, at the end of the day, we all have our preferences. We all have our favorites. The difference is I'm not afraid to say, listen, I want PlayStation to win. Right? I'm not afraid to say, PlayStation exclusives going to PC is stupid, is dumb. It's terrible decision. I don't want it to happen. I'm not afraid to say, when PlayStation does an acquisition, yes, I'm excited for multiple reasons. One, more games, more exclusive games that's gonna prop up PlayStation and keep PlayStation in first place. Keep PlayStation at that 50% market share. Keep PlayStation at the tippy top of the cream of the crop. You understand? I don't have a problem saying that, right? Part of the reason why I don't have a problem saying this is because what do I tell you guys all the time? What is Persona saying? What does Uncle Persona say? Huh? I'll wait. You give up? Persona says, I'm a gamer first and a PlayStation fan second. but I still want PlayStation to win. So, these timed exclusives, these marketing deals, and whatever PlayStation is trying to do to keep themselves on top and keep PlayStation at its best. I'm all for it. But this is where, excuse me, it's like really, I should probably turn on the air conditioner now. It's like really hot. I was drinking water. Sorry, guys. So, I'm not afraid to admit that. I'm not afraid to say that and things like that, right? Here's where things get a bit muddy, right? Here's where things get muddy. Now, follow me here. When it comes to PlayStation, excuse me, not PlayStation. No. Excuse me. Yo, Lay, what's good, man? When it comes to Xbox and the Bethesda deal, right? This is a good thing. Like, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I want you guys to understand, right? And PlayStation Nation, I'm talking to you specifically, right? Business dealings like this are good, right? Now, you might be like, Persona, what are you talking about? I'm PlayStation Nation all the way. I don't give a damn about no Xbox. I get that, guys. I get that. Listen, I'm with you. What I'm saying is, when it comes to business, when it comes to how business is done, I'm never in the angry about that, right? I'm never looking at that as a negative. Acquisitions and things like that. If Microsoft, is acquiring Bethesda, or should I say ZeniMax, Microsoft acquiring Bethesda and ZeniMax, I've said this before. It's a power move. They're trying to put themselves in a position to where they can, have more games under their belt and do more and things like that. I don't see an issue with that. Yo, Get This Work. What's good, man? Alpha, what's up? I don't see an issue there, right? I said this before in my conversation on Monday. Yo, shout out to Court. Well, actually, chill. Apologies, my nose again. You funny, Court. See, but I've said this on Monday, right? And I'm gonna reiterate it here. My issue is always going to be with the community, because the community does not keep the same energy. The hypocrisy in this community these past couple of weeks, especially now that the Bethesda deal has gone gold and it's all said and done, there's hypocrisy on too many sides here that I can't even keep up, right? Because, just a couple months ago, just a few weeks ago, you know what? No. Let's go back to when PlayStation was going to have Spider-Man was going to be exclusive to PlayStation, right? Remember when Marvel Avengers, they were talking about Spider-Man was going to be exclusive to PlayStation? What was the outrage? I'll wait. Well, this is not fair, because, why is it that I would have to buy a PlayStation in order to, excuse me, my nose. Why do I have to buy a PlayStation just so that I can enjoy Spider-Man? That's not right. Spider-Man should be made available on all versions of Marvel Avengers. That's anti-consumer. I shouldn't have to buy a PlayStation. This is what they're saying, right? This is what they were saying. It's anti-consumer for PlayStation to be competitive in the sense of putting things that make their console special on the platform. It's anti-consumer for PlayStation to shell out a little bit of extra money to have something exclusive on their platform so that it props up their console as looking like the best version to play a game. Remember that? You guys remember that? I remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers. We don't forget. Right? That was anti-consumer. What about, all of last year? Yo, Magnificent Black, what's good, man? Yo, OBJ the Dawn in the building. What is going on with you, bro? That was a problem. Jackman says they fooled PlayStation into putting their games on PC, and now that they're willing, Xbox reeling their games back in now. Yo, Jack. Yo, Jack. Hey, yo, Jack, if you try to come through, man, let me know, bro. The chat is open for you, bro. Because we had this conversation. You feel me? But listen, when it came to Spider-Man, it was anti-consumer, right? When it came to PlayStation, just PlayStation exclusives in general, it's anti-consumer. Remember, the argument last year that's been getting pushed is, oh, well, PlayStation needs to put their games elsewhere. PlayStation needs to make their games more accessible. Exclusives is a dying business model. Remember that? Do y'all remember that? You know what? I'll do you one better. Because the hypocrisy goes as high up. The hypocrisy goes as high up as the executives of Microsoft. Oh, you don't believe me? Ladies and gentlemen, y'all been watching me for a long time now. You know, I don't just sit on here and talk to you. I come with the facts. I bring the facts, and then I give my opinion. Y'all know how I do things here. I'm never with the bullshit. Y'all know this. So what are you talking about, Persona? How does it go all the way as high up as the executives of Microsoft? I got you, man. Exclusives are completely counter to what gaming is about. This is 2020. This was 2020. See what I mean when I say the community doesn't keep the same energy? That community also includes the execs, the industry, the community. Does not keep the same energy. But you know what? Phil Spencer, he's always saying, he's always, so funny, right? This is the funny thing about it. Everyone's got this nickname for Jim Ryan, Jim Lion Ryan, right? Now, don't get it twisted. Jim Ryan is most definitely, he's not on my nice list right now. Christmas time, he's not getting no presents. Because the stuff that he's been doing lately, it's been very, very suspect. It has been very sus. Like, yo, real talk, Jim Ryan out here moving like an op right now. You get what I'm saying? Like, he moving like the ops out here. And it's very spooky, right? I'm sleeping with one eye open when you're dealing with Jim Ryan. You understand? I will never dispute that. But here's where things get a little muddy for me. Now listen, someone in the chat might be able to help me understand, because maybe I'm slow. Maybe something's wrong with me, right? Because when Jim Ryan says things and then it turns out that it's lies or it turns out not to be true, he's a liar, he's this, he's that, PlayStation can't be trusted, PlayStation is anti-consumer, PlayStation is the problem, all these different things, right? Now listen, everyone is entitled to their opinion. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. But again, the same energy. I talk about this all the time, and Barry hates when I talk about this because the same energy is never kept in his community, which it never is and most likely never will. But that don't mean I'm not going to stop pointing it out, because it's there and it's blatant and it's in your face, right? What did Jim Ryan say? Exclusives are completely, not just a little bit, completely counter to what gaming is about. See, there needs to be like a little asterisk underneath this article that says, and put an asterisk next to this quote, and let it says, oh, well, unless he's talking about PlayStation, then, oh no, exclusives are fine. Exclusives are great as long as they're not on PlayStation. Because realistically, his comments here are really focused on Xbox and PC. But, we need an asterisk. Shout out to this Leah. She's kind of cute. But I've got more. You thought I was done? I hope you didn't think I was done. Hold on. This was November of 2020. What did Phil Spencer say? Phil Spencer says console tribalism is one of the worst things about our industry. In other words, console fanboys. Can you guess who's the biggest culprit of misinformation in this gaming community? I'll give you a second to think about that. You give up? The answer is Xbox fanboys, zealots. The biggest culprits of misinformation in this community is Xbox fanboys and zealots. So I have to wonder, who is he talking to when he mentions console tribalism? Is it the entire community? Or is it just PlayStation fanboys, Nintendo fanboys, PC fanboys? Is it everybody? I hope it's everybody. I'm going to assume it's everybody. Right? But then let's talk about the flip-flop nature of people that are close to Phil Spencer. Because listen, man, I'm having fun today. Because why not? Why not have fun, right? Why not have fun? Right, guys? Why not have fun? Because gaming is all about fun. Podcasting is all about having fun. Let me go to J-Dub. I think, was it J-Dub? No. It was, I think I retweeted this, actually. I know I retweeted this. Let me look. Sorry, guys. I should have been more prepared. I know y'all can yell at me. It's okay. Y'all can give me an L in the chat. I'll accept. Oh, here we go. And you know, Barry talked about this already, but I just want to reiterate. I want to reiterate the misinformation and the flip-flop, the blatant lies, and where it's coming from. You get what I'm saying? Because, listen, I'll reiterate for people that are just coming into this conversation and just coming into the podcast. The Bethesda deal is a power move. The Bethesda deal is good for Xbox. That's good. I'm happy for them. I'm happy that Xbox is taking measures to compete at a higher level. Business, I never turn down business. I'm never going to frown upon business moves, power moves, business moves. Good on Xbox for that acquisition with Bethesda and ZeniMax. Good on Xbox. I'm speaking directly about about the gaming community. Because this is one thing I want you, everybody that's watching this podcast right now and that may watch this podcast later, is one thing I want you all to leave here knowing and understanding. One thing. If this is the last podcast I ever do in my life, if there's one thing that I want y'all to understand, is that exclusives will always matter. Always. It does not matter who it is. It does not matter what platform it is. It does not matter how much of an influencer or lack thereof that they are. Exclusives will always matter. You know why? Because it's something that I've said before, and it's what you and I as gamers and people that have been gaming for decades and years and years and years, it's the status quo of what has been the success of consoles since the beginning of time. Let's stick with it since Super Nintendo or NES, Super Nintendo, whatever. It's that exclusive games, mascots, and all these different things that set consoles apart will always be the de facto to the success of a console. Yeah, you know, the third party, the microtransactions, all that stuff attributes to the success greatly. To the financial success, the numerical success. Yes, 100%. But if there's one thing that will always be the de facto, the status quo to the success of a console and why consumers, gamers, and people will gravitate to the console and buy that console, wait in line, sleep outside of GameStops, fight each other. If there's one reason why, it's because of the exclusives. And don't let anyone, I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't care. Do not let anyone in this gaming community try to talk you down or try to do some Jedi mind trick shit and try to have you thinking, gaslight. Oh, yeah, let's go back to a couple weeks ago when I did the podcast talking about gaslighting. Do not let anyone try to gaslight you and have you thinking that that wanting exclusives are wrong, that wanting exclusives are anti-consumer, and that wanting exclusives is a dying business model, because it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Exclusives sell consoles. Exclusives bring people in. Exclusives give a console individuality. If exclusives weren't important, why is Microsoft spending... If exclusives aren't important, why is Microsoft spending $7.5 billion on a whole publisher? That should be the telling point right there. Back to Paris. Cleaning out my photo album and found this gem. Reminder that gatekeeping games to your favorite platform is dumb. Games can and should be accessible to everyone. I'll read it again. Cleaning out my photo album and found this gem. Reminder that gatekeeping games to your favorite platform is dumb, and games can and should be accessible to everyone. You know what this statement lets me know? So, for example, I'm going to ask y'all a question in the chat. Say you meet the girl of your dreams, right? The love of your life, your soulmate, right? Say you meet your soulmate. You guys get married, have a beautiful honeymoon. You guys come back. You know, you guys went on a honeymoon to Japan or to the Caribbean, wherever you went. Beautiful. Spent 2 weeks there. You fucked all over the island. Like, you guys are happy, right? You come back to America, or come back to wherever you were. Speaking of which, you'll come in America too was trash, but I'll talk about that another time. And so you come back, right? And now you just guys are gonna live your life. You know, you're married, you got a nice house, whatever, right? And your brother, he comes over one day and he goes, "Hey, bro, I got a problem with you." So you go, "Yo, bro, sit down. What's your problem?" And he says, "I'm mad that you being selfish." So you're sitting there, you're like, selfish? What? Like, yo, bro, like, if you need money or something, I got you. Like, I'll give you some money. Like, if you need help, I love you, bro. What do you need? Like, no, bro, I'm mad that you're being selfish with your woman. What? Excuse me? Oh, whoa. You do that crazy, that Schitt's Creek, like, huh? Like, what, like, what? Like, you guys ever be talking to somebody, right? And, so say somebody you ain't talked to in a while, they call you, but hey man, I need to borrow some money, and you on the phone with them. Y'all ever did that neck roll where you take the phone and you're looking at it and you go, what the fuck? You want money? What the fuck? He does, so he does one of those. So he goes, "Bro, what do you mean being selfish with my woman? That's my wife. What are you talking about?" But well, so your brother goes, "Oh, well, I feel like you should share her." Why? Why would I share my woman? Oh, because, a reminder that gatekeeping women, gatekeeping your wife to your favorite husband is dumb, and games or wives can and should be accessible to everyone. What the hell? What are you going to say or do? Yo, if that was my brother, I'm going to be like, yo, man, Get out of my house before you are no longer here on this planet anymore. Are you crazy? Are you stupid? Are you dumb? Right? And I just painted that analogy just to use, because, I feel like that analogy would hit home the best. Right? But that same thing applies here. PlayStation owns Guerrilla. Guerrilla Games is under PlayStation's umbrella. Why would anyone in their right mind think that a game that's owned by a specific entity should be made available elsewhere? Are you going to share your wife? Are you going to share your house? Are you going to share your money, your check? Are you going to share your car? It's funny how people want people to be so open and giving, and these people don't give shit. If I was to message Paris right now, I'd be like, "Hey Paris, I need a place to stay. It's unfair that you have this big old house exclusive to yourself and your family. I should be able to stay there as well." You think he'd let me stay there? You think he would be like, "Persona, you know what? You're right. How am I? How foolish of me to be anti-consumer. I need to open my doors to everybody. Come on in, Persona." You think he's going to do that? No, he's going to say, "Are you stupid? Get the fuck out my face." Rightfully so, because that's exclusive. That's his. He worked for it. He worked hard for it. So he has the right to say, "Fuck off." Why isn't PlayStation offered that same right? That's a serious question too. Why is PlayStation not offered the same right to say, "Fuck off, we want everything to be exclusive"? Because we worked for this and we own this and we want our platform to be the best. Why is that wrong? Or why? No, excuse me. Let me correct my words. Why was that wrong? Because after today, exclusives clearly matter. Because I mean, let's go to the next one, right? As a gamer, root for games on all platforms. See, this is that kumbaya, hands across America bullshit I be talking about, man. What? Listen, as a gamer, I'm a root for games, period. Not on all platforms. I'm just rooting for games. I want games to just be good. And as a PlayStation fan, I'm most definitely rooting for games on PlayStation. But that's me. I'm not afraid to admit that, right? Because quite frankly, who cares? But this is a business and exclusives are a part of it. You see what I mean, guys? But this is a business and exclusives are a part of it. Having a logical and reasoned opinion about exclusivity is not being anti-consumer. If games are fun, you will find a way to play them no matter where they live. Yo, Persona, Das Mises, man. What's up, man? I don't know if you coming or going, pause. But I appreciate you being here. Let's read that last part again. Because that last part rings true, ladies and gentlemen. That last part, it resonates with me so deeply. When I read that last section, I felt it in my soul. I felt it in my soul, ladies and gentlemen. I felt it in my soul. Let's read that last part again. If games are fun, you will find a way to play them no matter where they live. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I talk about. And unfortunately, Paris has to be the one that's on the big screen this time. But, there's a million other people, well, maybe not a million, but there's thousands of other people within the gaming community that think like this. Or that act like this. And when I see this stuff, I'm sitting there and I'm like, how does this person have any type of credibility as an influencer? How are you even able to how are you on Kind of Funny? How did you get there? Like, what? Flip-flopping like this? Ayo, man, somebody throw this magic cart back in the lake. What? Ayo, listen, ladies and gentlemen. My issue will always be with this gaming community. Because exclusives matter. They always will. The gaming community as a whole has proven that today. That exclusives will always matter. Exclusives will always get people excited. Albeit because the game is not playable on another platform, or because they're just really excited for the games to be on their platform, whatever the case may be. Whatever the case may be, the fact of the matter is this: exclusives will always matter. So here's my question. Right? Because I just asked this question maybe like 20 minutes ago. About an hour ago. It was about an hour ago, right? I just asked this question. Oh shit, what just happened? Okay, there we go. I just asked this question an hour ago, right? And it's simple. It's a simple question. So can we finally put exclusives or anti-consumer shtick behind us? It's quite clear that everyone cares about exclusives, even your favorite influencer. Because look through journal, look at your favorite gaming media outlet, look at your favorite influencer, all giddy about this Bethesda deal bullshit. Look at them. I'm not even talking about parents. I'm just talking about all of them. Go look at all of them, especially after this roundtable. Go look at their Twitter and how happy they are and how great it is to see this business partnership and all this other stuff, and how much they also care about where the games are going or not going. Because this has been the talk of the town for the past 2 weeks. That's the funny part about this. This has been the talk of the town for the last 2 weeks. Oh, well, I don't think PlayStation should get any games because, Xbox owns Bethesda. Why is Xbox obligated to, put games on PlayStation? That is not how this goes. The games do not need to be on PlayStation. Xbox owns Bethesda. Why do they need to put the games on PlayStation? Then you got some PlayStation guys. Well, I think, Xbox about to turn multiplat. Xbox about to go multiplat because they're not going to keep those games from PlayStation. Excuse me. Man, my throat is dry. They're not going to keep, you got PlayStation. It's like, they're not going to keep the games off of PlayStation because PlayStation's got the bigger player base, blah, blah, blah. Then you got the theories of, I think, what Xbox is going to do is, well, they'll do it like this, right? The games are going to be in Game Pass day and date, and they're only going to be $10, right? And they'll probably still put the games on PlayStation, but it's going to be $70, right? So the way it's going to work is Xbox is going to give you the choice: Game Pass for $10 or PlayStation for $70. Huh? So that's what they're going to do. Like, I've seen PlayStation, a lot of folks in the PlayStation Nation realm, making these crazy rationales, and Xbox dudes making these crazy rationales. That has been the talk of the town for the past 2 weeks, guys. So what does that tell me? Because I've seen it. I've seen it all. I've seen all the bullshit. I've seen all the theories. I've seen all these influencers, or a good number of them, really caring about where the games will and will not be. And even today, when Phil Spencer said, that cryptic mess, hold up, man, listen, man. Phil Spencer's got to be one of the most cryptic people I have ever met, I've ever seen in my goddamn life, bro. Like, bro, what? Like, I've never seen someone dance around a straightforward. I've never seen someone dance around a straightforward question before with their answer. It's like, bro, this guy is got you doing mental gymnastics. Yo, it's like, you know, say you pull up to a drive-through McDonald's, right? Now, you either gonna get a fish fillet or a burger or whatever the fuck, you know, whatever they got in McDonald's, right? Right? So, you know, you pull up to the drive-through window and you go, oh, you know, it's like, oh, hi, welcome to McDonald's. What can I get you? So you say, oh, you know, let me get a 10-piece with a medium fry and a medium drink. What kind of drink would you like? You know, I'll take a Sprite with some ice, right? And will that be all? So then, you know, you look over at Phil Spencer. Hey, yo, Phil, man, what you want from this McDonald's, man? He gonna look at you. He gonna look at the menu. Then he gonna look at you. And he gonna be like, hey, man, I want whatever's gonna bring me joy. What? 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 Bro, look at the menu and tell me what you want. Hey, man, listen, I want what's gonna bring me joy. What the fuck does that mean? Do you want chicken nuggets? Do you want a burger? Do you want to make chicken? Do you want fries? What do you want? You want to make flurry? Like what? Hey, man, I told you. I want what's gonna bring me joy. It's up to you to figure out what that means. Hey, yo, bro. So then you look back like, hey, yo, shorty, I'm good. I just want that and that's it. And you like, yo, listen, I ain't got time for the bullshit. I don't got time for the bullshit, bro. Tell me what it is and what it ain't. You feel me? Right? So, yo, listen, I'm watching the round table today. And listen, Pete Hines asked a very straightforward question. Right? Yo, listen. I want y'all to listen to this, right?
Start, Phil, with you, because you're the one who made all of this happen and had the vision for what this might be. And I wonder if you could start by sort of giving us your own words on how did this all come about?
Yeah, what an exciting time for our fans. I see it in the community. I see it in the industry. People want to know what's going to come. We're bringing all of these creative teams together. We know it, gamers play games. And we knew our focus on our first party and our ability to build great games for Xbox fans was critically important to not only where we are, but where we're going. And the conversations we've had with you and the team here over the years have been instrumental to what we've done to date. So the opportunity to strengthen that relationship even further, starting now, will just be awesome.
Okay, I mean, we're finally here. Like, I feel like we've been...
Now, listen. Pete Hines is about to ask a very straightforward question. A very, very straightforward question. Now, clearly, you know, the answer that Phil Spencer gives here is clear enough to where we can pretty much, the games are going to be, majority of the new games that do come out for Bethesda, which is what I thought anyway, and which is good. Games should be exclusive. That's a good thing. Games should be exclusive. I want people to understand that. Xbox making Bethesda games exclusive to Xbox, that is a good thing. I know, you know, no one's here is bashing that because, again, they own Bethesda now. They own ZeniMax. They have a full right to make the games exclusive, and they should. The games should be exclusive. But anyway, Pete Hines is going to ask a very, very straightforward question. And Phil's answer, it just seems so... It's like... Yo, it's like drawing a straight line, but then doing this big ass hump hill. Like, it's like a heart monitor. You know the heart monitor where it's beep, 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 beep. This man Phil Spencer, you give an answer, he go beep, 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 beep. Like, it's like all up and down, up and down. It's like, hey, bro, bruh, like, what? Well, yo, let's watch this.
Building towards this day forever.
You know, we get that because we got a lot of questions, all of us, over the months about, well, what are you going to do here? What are you going to do here? And we said it a couple times, but I'm not sure everybody heard it.
They didn't believe us,
we weren't able, there was no decision-making going on between the organizations. You guys have been running as Bethesda for all this time. We've been, which, like you said, seems like it's been a long time. We've been running as Xbox, so now we can actually start to sit down and really build our plans together. And that I can't
Yeah,
wait.
this is day
awesome.
one. I mean,
yeah.
But it is fun to see. People just can't believe it's real. Even the official announce, like seeing fans retweet, I still can't believe this is real. And the excitement of what this means for gamers, what this means for dev teams, like, for us, like we could not be more excited. We've worked with you guys for years. We've been fans for years, but now, like, we're family, and that's a really exciting thing.
First of all, it's just incredible to be sitting.
All right, y'all, hold up. Where's when he asked the question? Because he's gonna ask that question. They talking too much bullshit. I think, okay, this is the question. Here we go. All right, yeah, I think this is it. I'm like, yo, Sarah Bond. Hold on, let me let's look at Sarah Bond. Yo, Sarah Bond a cute chick, man. I ain't gonna lie, she kind of cute.
You didn't see a
I love that natural hair she got going. It's cute.
future of gaming without Xbox. We just didn't see a future for Xbox without Bethesda.
Now, we know you all have a lot of questions. We've gotten a lot of questions since.
Okay, yeah, this is where he asks the question. It's gonna be straightforward. Pete Hines. I've never met Pete Hines in real life, but based off this, how he conducted this roundtable, he strikes me as a person that is very straightforward, very direct. Shout out to Pete Hines, by the way, man. I do like Pete Hines. He's a cool guy. I like him. But listen to the question and then let's listen to the answer.
We announced this deal, but one of the biggest ones, Phil, is this question about exclusivity and how you think about that and how that's going to work with Bethesda.
Yeah,
So Pete Hines asks, and let's dumb it down to in layman's terms, are these games going to be exclusive to Xbox or not? Yes or no? How is that going to play out? How, like, explain that to me. Let's hear Phil Spencer's answer, all right?
I see it in the community. I listen to the podcasts and all the questions.
What podcast I'm sorry to stop it, because when I heard him say that, I actually chuckled a little bit, because I'm like, what podcast you listening to? Because majority of the Xbox podcasts that I see, they always talk about PlayStation. So what Xbox podcast are you listening to? Probably XCast on Kind of Funny, which they really do keep it very Xbox. And then not Beyond. What's the IGN Xbox podcast with Ryan McCaffrey? What's that Xbox? Is it Beyond? No, it's it's Podcast Unlocked, right, or something like that. One of y'all will tell me in the chat. I forget what the name of it is, but that's a pretty good show as well. Unlocked, right? Thank you. Shout out the link. Unlocked, which Unlocked is a pretty cool show. I've seen it a couple times. It's a cool show, and I like Ryan McCaffrey as well, because Ryan McCaffrey, he strikes me as the most level-headed Xbox fanboy I've ever seen in this community. Because he clearly, he's definitely an Xbox fanboy, whatever you want to call it. He's definitely a fan of Xbox, but he's the most level-headed Xbox fanboy I've ever seen in this community. Because he obviously prefers Xbox, but I think he takes that same model of he's a gamer first and a PlayStation fan second. So shout out to Ryan McCaffrey, right? But let's listen to the answer.
So I'm going to try to be as clear as I can, because that's what I just think it's fair. So obviously I can't sit here and say every Bethesda game is exclusive, because we know that's not true. There's contractual obligations that we're going to see through, as we always do in every one of these instances.
So we know those contractual obligations, or some of those contractual obligations, in terms of newer games that haven't released yet. We do know that Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo are two of those games that Microsoft said that they would agree to uphold the contractual obligations, which is the 1-year exclusivity on PlayStation 5. So 2022, Deathloop, I assume, and I think we can all safely assume that Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo will be on Xbox. But okay, let's go.
We have games that exist on other platforms, and we're going to go support those games on the platforms they're on. There's communities of players. We love those communities, and we'll continue to invest in them. And even in the future, there might be things that have either contractual things or legacy on different platforms that we'll go do. But
Now wait. Now wait. Now wait a second. Wait a second. Can I play that back? Hold up. Wait a second. Wait a second. Now we know about Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo. I'm gonna pull a page out of the Xbox fanboy book, or out of the gaming community's book. I'm gonna pull a page out of their book, because remember guys, when Insomniac told you blatantly and clearly that 4K/60 is what Miles Morales was going to be, people, or was it Miles Morales or Spider-Man Remastered, whichever one, I think it was Miles Morales, for PlayStation 5, people were acting stupid. People, you were sitting there wondering. People were like, "Oh yeah, so what does the slash mean? Does that mean and or? I don't know. Is it going to be 4K and 60, or is it going to be 4K or 60? I don't know." And I'm like, are you people that stupid? Right? Like, that's how I was looking. I'm like, Insomniac couldn't have been any more clear, right? Because that messaging was clear, right? Legacy platforms, games, and hold up. Let's play that back.
them. And even in the future, there might be things that have either contractual things or legacy on different platforms that will.
Contractual or legacy, right? I wish he would have elaborated more on that, because again, now you're going. Oh, so now you got people in the community say, "Oh yeah, so Elder Scrolls Online and Fallout 76, that's what he's talking about with legacy," and the contractual is, you got people assuming, because he wasn't quite super clear there with that. You get what I'm saying? But let's continue.
We'll go do. But if we're an Xbox customer, the thing I want you to know is this is about delivering great exclusive games for you that ship on platforms where Game Pass exists. And that's our goal. That's why we're doing this. That's the root of this partnership that we're building, and the creative capability we will be able to bring to market for our Xbox customers. It's going to be the best it's ever been for Xbox after we're done here.
One thing I'll give Jim, not Jim, I was about to call him Jim Ryan, Lord have mercy. One thing I'll give Phil Spencer credit for is he said Xbox. This is one thing I want people to understand, right? About part of his statement, with him mentioning Xbox and not Xbox and PC, I think it was good that he left out the P. Although we know that these games will also be on PC, I think it was good that he left that out here, right? Because the focus really, and this is, I mean, obviously I'm a PlayStation guy, but, I stand by this across the board regardless of what platform. But I think the focus should always be console before PC in any case, right? Like, PC, listen, man, y'all know how I feel about PC players, man. PC, listen, PC can go jump off a bridge. Listen, I'm glad that he only said Xbox and not, oh yeah, Xbox and PC, because I feel like that would have muddied up the importance of the acquisition, if that makes sense. Do you guys get what I'm saying when I say that? I feel like it would have muddied up the talks of exclusivity and the talks of acquisition, because subconsciously we all know that the games are going to be on at both Xbox and PC, right? But I think him only mentioning Xbox and putting the focus on Xbox players and putting the emphasis that this was done for you. This is we care about you, blah, blah, blah. Even if it was bullshit, even if it was whatever, we don't really know. We won't really know until, we see if that $7.5 billion will be the fruits of Xbox players' labor in terms of, continually supporting Xbox and whatnot. But I'm glad that he said that. But I'm gonna be honest with you, certain things are still unclear to me, right? Now, I ain't one of these dudes that's gonna be, shouting from the rooftops of Twitter, saying that the games are still gonna be coming to PlayStation, or they should come to PlayStation. Like, nah, I'm not gonna do that, right? I'm only speaking towards his answer, and I mean this. This is no troll shit. This is no, console war stuff. I really still am a bit confused or not even confused. Confused is not the right word. I still feel a bit left in the dark about some of the things that they plan to do in terms of Bethesda in its games. I'm being honest too. I'm being very honest here. Like no trolling. It sounds like he plans to. Shout out to G Junior, by the way. It sounds like he plans to make games with no contractual obligations, exclusive to Game Pass. Well, see, now that raises the question of, because Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield were announced for next-gen consoles with an S. So, are those games still contractually obligated to release on the PlayStation 5? You get what I'm saying? And listen, I'm just asking questions. Yo, Captain Thug Nasty, what's good, bro? What you say about PC players? No, not PC players. I'm talking about the Master Race, the elitists. Yo, shout out to Captain Thug Nasty. Yo, Social Joints, what's good, man? Shout out to G Junior too, by the way. Corey says some games will still be on PlayStation. Well, see, this is my question, because you see a lot of people in the community saying, "Oh, well, Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield, that's gonna be Xbox exclusive." And I'm like, well, those games did. Hold on, let's look at some trailers, man. Elder Scrolls 6 trailer. Let's look at some trailers. Let's look at some trailers, right? Let's do that, right? This was the trailer. Now clearly this is before the deal might have already been, like, they already might have made that decision here as well. All right, that's a little too loud for me. And yo, listen, these are legit questions. No trolling, man. I'm not trying to troll here, guys. That's what I want y'all to understand. Ain't no troll. I'm really asking questions. Do they show it here? This was 2018. Bethesda trademark. Alright, they don't really tell you what consoles. Bethesda developers highly anticipated chapter. Alright, so they don't really say anything here either. Let's look at Starfield trailer. Okay, remember Alright, so let's learn more. Oh, they ain't really got nothing about the game. I like space and things like that, so Starfield looks like, I mean, obviously we need to see more, but if Starfield is, a good-looking game, once we get more trailers and gameplay, I feel like that's something that I would play. It looks like something that would be up my alley. Yeah, if you Google Starfield, it says PlayStation 5. Hey, listen, I'll say it like this. If those games don't, like, that's the question that I'm wondering. It's like, contractual, because these games were announced way back before the deal was probably, inked up or dried, 2018, are those games still going to, that's something that I would want clarity on, right? Like, I would want Phil Spencer to just straight up come out and be like, yo, look, Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield will not be on PlayStation. All right, I wouldn't mind him doing that and just being straight up like, yo, look, it ain't coming. Pause. Because it still seems a bit cryptic because, contractual obligations. What is that? Like, yeah, we know about them Elder Scrolls Online games and all that stuff, yeah, but contracts go deeper than that, right? Like, and that's the thing I think a lot of people don't understand. The contractual obligations you know, on existing titles and, you know, future ones or legacy games and stuff like that, you know, what is a legacy game? Like, I need clarity on that. But I'm gonna open the chat too. I want to hear y'all thoughts about today. Give me your thoughts about today. Give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts about today. Give me your thoughts about today. Yo, join the conversation if you want to. I'm in the chat. Speak from the heart. You know, that's probably like the only thing that I really want to get clarity on, I guess. Right? Because listen, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. With Bethesda, this acquisition never bothered me the way it bothered so many other people, right? Because I wasn't really too invested in Bethesda games. You get what I'm saying? Like, not like how I would be with like Naughty Dog or like Ubisoft or something like that. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't, you know, it's not the same thing. So it doesn't really impact me at the same level. You get what I'm saying? But yes, exclusives will always matter, ladies and gentlemen. Regardless of what anybody tells you, exclusives matter. They always will. I believe Sony has made deals beyond the current ones with Bethesda. That yo Quanvo, you bring up a good point, right? Because we know that PlayStation has been very aggressive. We know that PlayStation has been very aggressive with marketing deals, you know, timed exclusivity deals and things of that nature, right? We know that, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if PlayStation has deals, not necessarily with Bethesda like only, but I'm just speaking in general. PlayStation has marketing deals for games that haven't even probably been announced yet, right? Like I wouldn't be surprised. Yo, we eerie. Yo, why you being a weirdo in the chat, bro? That's why people think gamers are weird, and that's why they think gaming is this. That's why gaming is not respected. Because of weirdos like you, right? You're probably one of those weirdos that go into, you know, female streams, you know, fall in love with them, start harassing them and stalking them and shit. You know, like you seem like that type of person. You know, like we eerie. Relax. Like, yo, my dude, relax. First off, I got way too many mods in here for you to be talking out the side of your neck. That's one. That's where you fucked up. There's at least 12 mods in here. You're not about to come in here talking out the side of your neck. You get what I'm saying, bro? Especially not about me and my boy Bari. That's not gonna happen here. That's one. Two, my dude, take a chill pill. Like, listen, this is a chill place, bro. Relax, right? You can be an Xbox guy and have a difference of opinion. Like, no one's gonna stop you from giving your opinion if you disagree. But all that extra rah-rah shit, like, my dude, relax. Like, take a chill pill. You get what I'm saying? Take a chill pill. This is the problem with the game community. Too many weirdos like you, man. Yo, Caution, what's up, man? There's too many weirdos. Like, you gotta relax, man. Like, we can have a difference of opinion. We could disagree. You know, we could make fun of, you know, Xbox and PlayStation and all that stuff. But you take it too far, bro. You too weird. You too weird, man. Listen, I'm gonna give you some game. I'm gonna help you out, right? Go watch a couple of alpha male strategies videos, man. Gonna make you red pill. You feel me? Go watch a couple of those videos. You know, read some books. Help yourself out. You know, get yourself in a better place mentally. Go get some therapy. Definitely go get some therapy. You need some therapy for sure. Definitely go get some therapy. And Yeah, man. You know, get your life, take control of your life. You get what I'm saying? Because you shouldn't be in YouTube comment sections talking off at the mouth like this, man. Like, no one that has a very fruitful life, a very happy life, no one that's living a very happy, peaceful life, no one does, no one that has a good life goes into YouTube comment sections doing this. No one. You get what I'm saying? So go get some therapy. Go watch Alpha Male Strategy videos on YouTube. Go look them up, Alpha Male Strategies. Go look them up. Go become Red Pill. Go to, drink water. Go get some therapy. And take control of your life. Back to the conversation. Yo, Link, what's good, bro? Oh, damn, Link, you quiet? Okay. Link in the chat, but he don't want to say nothing. That's cool. That's cool, Link.
Oh, no, I had myself on mute.
What up with you, man? What's good with you, man? How you been?
Oh, nothing much. This announcement, as far as the Bethesda thing was, kind of what I expected. But you still don't have 100% of what you want to know. Mm-hmm. So, I think Phil's still kind of dancing around answering the question completely. I think what he's saying where Game Pass exists is where you'll be able to play these games. Mm. Other than
do you think? So let me ask you a question. And do you think that? I seen this on Twitter too. That's why I'm asking this question. Do you think that we'll see Game Pass on PlayStation?
No, absolutely not. I don't believe so. Because if they allow it, it would have to be in the form of streaming. Mm-hmm. And I don't understand why you would offer a competing company service on your platform when you already offer a service with a similar. I just don't see how that would. It doesn't make good business sense for you to do that. Mm-hmm. To help your competitor when you offer a service that's similar.
Yeah. How you feel about the flip flop, man? The flip flop that's going on in the community right now, man. Exclusives will always matter. Am I right or wrong, Link?
Listen, so I'm of the mindset exclusives have always mattered. I've been a gamer a long time, so obviously, coming from the NES era, Super Nintendo era, Sega Genesis, these consoles always had games that set themselves apart from the competition. Mm-hmm. And so that's no different than what gaming is today. This idea of having everything on one box just doesn't make sense to me. Hey, if there's a game on a console that I want to play, I'll own that console to play that game. So that's how it's been. That's how it will continue to be. Microsoft knows the name of the game. They're not. Phil kind of is so contradictory. He'll say things like exclusives or counter to what gaming is about, but then they'll say, things like these games for the most part will be exclusive. So they know that they have to have things on their platform to drive people to their platform. And that's gaming. That's just how it works.
No, yeah, I definitely think that I think like I said earlier, I think over the past 2 weeks, the fact that games the community has been so focused on where Bethesda's games will or will not be played, goes to show the importance of exclusivity.
Right.
Because there's someone that doesn't care about where the games go wouldn't be that invested in knowing if they'll be if they'll be available here or there, or not here, not there, XYZ. You get what I'm saying? Like, if I was, God.
But most of the guys they were saying exclusivity is anti-consumer. Now they're excited about these Bethesda games potentially being exclusive to the Microsoft platform. But then it just, I don't know. They go back and forth about which side of the coin they want to be on when it comes to this exclusivity. And it's interesting because most of these guys don't even play these games. So will it change anything for them? No. But if they can take they're happy about being able to take something from PlayStation. That's what it's all about. That's really the argument here. That's what they're excited about, is that these Bethesda games in the future potentially won't be on the PlayStation platform. They are not really excited about playing these games. It's just about taking something away from PlayStation. I mean, if I was running Xbox, I would make all this stuff, anything that they didn't have a deal in place for already, I would make exclusive to my platform.
Hey, listen, if I was running Xbox, that Bethesda deal, oh man, I'd have told them straight up right there at the round table. I'd have looked at the camera and I'd have been like, hey, ain't none of these games coming to PlayStation. Do something. I'd have straight up told them, like, none of these games go to PlayStation. Have these PlayStation dudes tight. Straight up.
Exactly.
I like, that'd have been gangster, you feel me? But I think with Microsoft and Phil Spencer, I think they're trying to be more diplomatic. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And what I mean is, I think they're trying to leave that door open to just be like, hey, look, we said this, but, we also know that, X, Y, Z, whatever. I really do think that's where we're going with where this is going, because, I really think Phil Spencer, I don't know.
Phil's a con artist, but they love him. You know what I mean? And it's his job to make, I assume it's his job to make the Xbox platform appealing to more customers, because at the end of the day, their strategy clearly is Game Pass.
Yes. Their focus is definitely, and this is why I feel like Phil Spencer is trying to be in a more diplomatic role, right? Because the push, like I said, I'm happy that he mentioned Xbox and the players, and him doing it for them, just to kind of sweet talk them a little bit, but at the end of the day, Game Pass is most definitely the focus.
Right.
And
think about all these titles, the titles that tomorrow are going to be going into Game Pass.
Yeah.
They can say, hey, we've added this number of titles from our now first-party studio available in Game Pass tomorrow. Now, these games have been available for a very long time, and most of them are not going to play them, but it's just another bullet in the chamber. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I feel like whatever happens, the main focus is definitely going to be for the betterment of Game Pass as opposed to Xbox. Again, I'm happy he said what he said, but we also have to look at the optics of what Microsoft is trying to push, and we know that Microsoft is trying to push Game Pass more so than Xbox.
Right.
We know that we rather have more people on the platform itself as opposed to buying the consoles.
And what is Microsoft really trying to do here? Are they trying to paradigm shift in the industry where they buy up all these big publishers and get all this content under one umbrella and kind of force? Are they trying to force Sony to allow Game Pass on their console? I don't know.
I really don't think that's the focus. I think with what Microsoft's thinking is with Game Pass is kind of like how Netflix is, right? So when you look at Netflix, you see Netflix that has all these great movies, great original shows, things that they, what makes Netflix so appealing to a lot of people is, they got all these other movies and things like that, but really it's the Netflix originals. Yeah,
that's
right.
all I watch on Netflix,
the originals, the shows. But see, that's what I'm saying. That's what pulls you in. That's what pulls a lot of people in. That's a Netflix original. Schitt's Creek. That's the Netflix original. There's a ton of shows on Netflix that are Netflix originals. I think what Microsoft is trying to do is Microsoft is trying to build Game Pass to be that Game Pass original style of service. And so to kind of explain it more deeply, they're trying to make Game Pass into that one-stop shop for games that can only be found on Game Pass, because you're not going to find you or, you know, a Netflix original show on Hulu or on Amazon Prime or wherever. You're not going to find it there. You're always only going to find it on Netflix. I think that's the route that Microsoft is trying to go about, and I think that's why they're being so aggressive with how they're doing acquisitions and things like that. What do you think?
Right. I agree. And also about owning the content, because this is one issue I kind of had with Game Pass, and I used to have with Netflix, is that there may be a movie that I would see on there, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go back and watch it again, and it's not on there anymore. It's because they didn't own it. They licensed it out for a little while, and it's gone. Same thing with Game Pass. You know, they put Red Dead Redemption. They had a lot of different big third-party titles that went in there, but they don't stay in there very long. But by actually owning this content, you lock it down for this service, and it's going to stay in the service. So owning the content, and Microsoft's problem in the past with the 360 was not owning IP or not owning the content that was exclusive, because they didn't own any studios to make any content.
All right, hold on.
So they made a lot of.
Hold on. Ayo, bruh. All right, so we Erie. One thing you're not gonna do here, bruh. You're not about to disrespect my viewers. That's not gonna happen here, big bro. So what's about to happen is you done now. Now you're done. Now you're done. Now you're done. Let's remove that. Yeah, you're done. One thing here, when it comes to, like, you know, my viewers and supporters and people that's like coming through to watch the content and all that, what's not gonna happen here is you're not gonna like call people out their name and do all this crazy shit. Nah, bruh, not in the chat, man. That's not gonna happen here, man. You know, you can say crazy stuff. You know, you can say crazy stuff about me, whatever, but when it comes to the supporters and the viewers, you're not gonna do that, bruh. So now you can enjoy the band. You can watch in silence. You done. So that's donezo, man. Like you're not gonna do that here, man. But go ahead, Link.
Oh, I'm just saying, just owning content is king, you know, and Microsoft is in a way learned a valuable lesson in the 360 era, but not owning studios, not owning the IP. They had a lot of exclusive deals, but they didn't own these games. So when it came time to make a sequel or something like that, they didn't own the studio or the IP to be able to get another one made. So, it's a different business strategy from what Sony typically does. You know, and with a big bank behind them like they do with Microsoft, they're going to be able to make these type of deals.
Yeah.
And but people don't realize is like Game Pass, just like any other service, there will be price increases. So it's not going to be where you're going to be able to continue to get these dollar deals, or it's not going to stay the same price. There's going to be gradual increases once they get a decent enough subscriber base and get people comfortable with paying these monthly prices. They're going to start gradually increasing the price.
Well, see, and this is part of why, you know, this is gonna sound crazy, right? But just follow me for a second, ladies and gentlemen in the chat. Just follow me for a second. Part of why I really hope that Microsoft really gets aggressive and really just like, yo, look, these are exclusive to Game Pass, or, you know, they're not going nowhere else. Because I really want to see how much more will the games being on Game Pass and not available anywhere else affect Game Pass numbers. Because, you know, I don't like subscription based. You know, we've talked about this in the past, Link, and on, you know, last year and earlier, but, you know, subscription based models and things like that, I don't really like that stuff. I don't see that as a future for gaming that I want to be a part of. But I'm interested to see how effective will Microsoft being aggressive with acquisitions, being aggressive with making games that are only found available on Game Pass or on the, you know, on Xbox and on PC or whatever. I'm interested to see how effective will this be with really pulling in numbers and really getting a bigger concurrent. That's the key word here. Concurrent subscriber base for Game Pass, because I personally feel like Game Pass, yeah, a lot of people will use it and it's convenient in the moment, but, you know, it's definitely it's definitely something that I think I want to see how the numbers will get affected. You get what I'm saying? I'm curious. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna buy my game $70. I'm gonna fuck my no 10. Listen, bro, $70. I'm good, man. Everything pre-order for me. So I'm gonna ask you this question, and I think I've asked this before, and I'm asking the chat as well. So the chat, you can answer as well. Should PlayStation be worried?
Hey, you know what?
Should PlayStation be worried?
Hey, I heard. I was listening to the Brap, and it was interesting. You know, different, people that on there got their opinions. I mean, guys were literally saying that this Bethesda deal and the value of Game Pass is really going to start people down the path of leaving PlayStation. If PlayStation does not make Game Pass available.
Do you really think
Game
people?
Pass available to?
Yo, hold up, man, cause let me share my screen real quick. Yo, Link, ladies and gentlemen in the chat, do y'all really think people are gonna leave PlayStation? Like, yo, I just posted up this pic, yesterday, right? Of all the games, cause I said, the next couple of months are about to be fire on PlayStation, right? And the reason why I posted this was because I was looking at my all the games I got pre-ordered. I was like, damn, like, yo, it's really some great games that's about to release between April and August, right? Like, yo, Kena, Ratchet and Clank, Deathloop, Nier, Guilty Gear, Returnal. Ayo, bruh. A Final Fantasy VII Integrate and the Yuffie DLC. Ayo, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's not sit here and act like PlayStation ain't looking pretty right now. Ain't looking good right now. You feel me?
But I mean, every generation since they've been making a console, they've delivered. So even though they were really slow out of the gate with the PS3, they still delivered. So I'm not worried about PlayStation delivering the kind of content I want. And honestly, the Bethesda deal, it's a huge deal. It is a big deal, and it's good for people that are on Xbox to be able to maybe get some of those new IP that Bethesda's working on that may not come to PlayStation. But as far as me, I started looking at my catalog of games, and I stopped playing Bethesda games like on the 360. So.
You didn't play Fallout 4 and what's that?
No, I didn't even play Fallout 4.
Oh wow.
At all.
You're not an Elder Scrolls fan or nothing like that?
No. I tried those games, but I could never finish them because they were so janky and so buggy. The last one I really got into was Fallout 3. Was it Fallout 3 on 360? And I got pretty far into the game, and my save got corrupted, and for some reason, like, I got stuck in some kind of bug in a previous save, so I literally was going to have to start the whole game over after like 40 or 50 hours in, and I was like, you know what? I'm done. And their games just aren't polished enough for me. And I just, people like to make their own fun and have fun with those games, and some of the stuff that they publish, like I tried Dishonored, wasn't for me. I tried Doom. Couldn't get into it, so I do give their games a try, but for them, I've just realized that I'm not going to be missing anything by kind of passing on their games, and I mean, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I'm cool with it too, man. Like, honestly, like the deal doesn't affect me in any capacity, man. Like, I'm happy for Xbox, and I'm eating good on PlayStation.
plenty of games to play on PlayStation. PlayStation got a huge year ahead of them. Even if some titles get delayed into next year, they still have plenty of good titles for us to play.
Yeah.
And this whole idea that there's nothing to play on PlayStation is preposterous. It's ludicrous. I mean, they're giving away brand new titles and Plus. I mean, on top of the games that they've already released. So I don't understand this notion that there's nothing to play on PlayStation.
I was gonna say, between January and now, we've gotten some pretty solid games.
And we're getting more titles. So the big move for Microsoft. You guys can make fun of me for owning an Xbox. I do own one. If there's something that comes to that platform because there is always a few games that do come to the Xbox that I do play.
What's the last game you beat on Xbox?
The Series X or the
Series X, yeah.
I beat nothing on there.
Oh,
I tried the medium. I gave the medium a shot. You know, I mean, I'm the kind of person. I'm gonna try something. You know what I mean? Like, I'll
Can't
buy
be in
a
the
game,
PlayStation Nation with this book.
and I'll try it.
Nah,
I'm a gamer, man. You know, I play.
I'm
on
messing with
Nintendo,
you. I'm messing with you.
I play all platforms. So, I mean, yeah, PlayStation's my preference. I buy most of the games on PlayStation. But there's a few titles that they have. You know, I'm gonna play Halo. You know what I mean? I like Halo. I'm not a Halo fanatic, but I play it. So there are titles that come to that console that I play, and I'm not a PC gamer at all. I have no desire to build a PC or do that again. So I'm not one of these guys that's like, well, I can just play it on PC. No, I'm a console gamer. So
Hey,
I'm
like
not gonna
the
play it on
chat,
PC.
the chat call you a bot, man. Uh-oh.
I am not a bot. I am not a bot.
Hey, look, man, the chat on you,
I'm a
boy.
bot because I own the
Got-
Xbox.
You
know how many
got to
PlayStation
sell
people
that Xbox, man.
I have to sell it.
Got to sell that Xbox, man. Get that
Nah, I'm
Xbox
not
out the
selling
house.
Hey, you know, hey, believe it or not, man, I use the Xbox almost every day.
To do what?
Blu-ray player
Okay,
and
okay.
media player, because right now the PS5 doesn't have a dedicated media player. So you can plug a flash drive in and play videos off of it. But because I have a huge library of digital movies on a hard drive, but the thing is, you can't the PlayStation, you have to play it through the photo gallery. It doesn't have a dedicated media player like the PS4.
Yeah.
So I use the Xbox for that.
I only pull out my Xbox during the winter because, you know, it get cold. I get a personal heater. You know what
And I
mean?
might hop on Killer Instinct every now and then. I like fighting games, so I might hop on there and play that a little bit. But yeah, that's about it. So.
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, man, good on Xbox for, you know, locking down that exclusivity, whatever that means for Xbox, whatever that means for Xbox. Good on Xbox for locking down the exclusivity. You know, like I said, like the title says of this video, guys, exclusives will always matter, regardless of what anybody says. Yo, Just the Guy, what up, man?
What up, man?
Yeah, you come in while we about to actually get up out of here. But go ahead, say if you got something you want to say. Yeah, if you got something you want to say, though, go ahead. You got the floor.
Oh, I had nothing special to say, really. I just wanted to chill with y'all real quick.
Yeah. We was just talking about the how exclusives will always matter, regardless of platform. And the last 2 weeks proved
Facts.
The rhetoric of exclusives being anti-consumer was just an agenda being pushed when it came to PlayStation, because look how everyone's talking
did Paris
about
Gaming
Xbox.
come up?
But this,
I dedicated a whole 10 minutes to that.
I do have one thing to say though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, it's PlayStation exclusivity on PlayStation is bad because no one wants the games that are coming to Xbox. If people want it, though, like, it's not like PlayStation gamers are clamoring to get Halo or Gears or Forza.
Whoa. I'll be honest. If Halo comes to PlayStation, I'll take it. It's all good. You feel me? But it doesn't matter because Bungie's not doing it no more. So.
But you don't see people just campaigning to get. I hear guys that play on PC are saying they're going to buy they are going to buy Days Gone, but they have no desire to play the game because they want to make sure that they let Sony know that they want these experiences on PC.
Yo, that's crazy. Like, yo,
Yes,
who does
Is
that shit,
deep?
man?
Is that deep?
Yes,
Like, yo,
is
that
deep?
shit like that is like stuff like that is weird to me because like, yo, I'm not gonna buy no game that I'm not gonna want to play and like really like, you know,
I'm telling you,
experience, man. That stuff is weird. Yeah, that's weird, man. Like I'm good on that, man. I'm not trying to do nothing of the sort.
Yeah, it doesn't. Because I mean, honestly, that's what they're doing. So they want, because they feel like they continue to do this. At some point, Sony will decide to do day and date with PC, because that's kind of what they're campaigning for. And so they're saying, hey, if I buy the game, it doesn't matter if I actually play it, because the only thing Sony's concerned about is me actually purchasing the game. And that just, I don't know. That sickens me.
I also wanted to say, I don't think PS Now is getting enough love, y'all. I really don't, because I've been finding just straight gems in there, like Gravity Rush 2. I started playing that game.
I've been playing that. I played
Yo, that game is fun as
I've been
nobody talks
I've been
about
telling
that
people
game.
Gravity Rush since 2018, man.
Yeah.
That game, Gravity Rush 2 is such a good
It's
game.
fire.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not better than Sekiro, but it's fire.
People need to definitely play that because it's a really, really good game.
What
really
studio?
good.
What studio was that? Was
That was
Japan Studio?
Japan Studios. Yeah.
Okay. So, I heard so I was listening to it was a podcast that David Jaffe was just on. Was it Mooch and Crap? I think so. He was on there. But he said that
I don't like that guy. I feel like he does too much damage control for Xbox.
Yeah, well, he was, campaigning for Game Pass, obviously, but he was saying PS Now is not a good service because he's played everything that's in PS Now.
You see what I mean?
But he said that Game Pass is a great service because there's so many games in Game Pass, so many quality games that he has not
Something
played.
about him comes off as disingenuous. I can usually see that in people.
Well, it doesn't. There's more games on PS Now than Game Pass, so it doesn't even make any sense. But I'm not interested in subscription gaming. I'm purchase games. I mean,
I think it's great for indies.
Yeah.
No, buy the indies.
Listen,
buy the games.
Listen, you guys, we don't have enough money to buy all of these games. All right.
No one's got enough money to buy enough.
It's nice to have. Listen, 2018, right? You had Spider-Man, God of War, Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out. You don't have. I'm sorry, but a lot of people don't have enough money to buy all of those 3 games plus indies on the side. It's nice to have PS Now. And my fault. Did I cut out? Did I cut out?
I mean, no, I hear you. But what I'll say is,
this guy's ordering pizza. I'm done.
Yeah. So look, all I'm saying is support these devs. Most of those indie games are not that expensive. Just buy the game.
Yeah, but they're not expensive. But when you buy 3 AAA games in 1 year, then having to pay an extra $30-$20, it does become expensive.
I'm not interested in renting games.
No. Hold on. No. Stop. This gonna sound real messed up, just a guy, but it's got to be said. That's not my problem. That's not the game developer's problem. And
I'm not saying it's your problem, but I'm saying that's why the services like PS Now and Game Pass, as much as you guys don't want to admit to it, they have their place in the industry.
No, they
have a place.
They definitely have a place in the industry, and I'm not trying to say that they should go away completely and not be there. What I'm saying is those subscription services being what is the main focus within the industry is not
that's
something
not
that
what
I
I
want.
agree with.
Yeah, that's not something that I want either. Like, I don't want everything, I don't want consoles to go away and then we just have subscription-based services and PC. I'm good. I don't that's not a gaming future that I want. But when you look around you, that's what certain things look like it's leading to or trying to push things towards. You get what I'm saying? So,
yeah, I understand.
That's what I mean when I say that, right? I'm not saying that.
But when you're saying stuff like, "Oh, just buy the game," I feel like you're not seeing it from everybody's perspective. Not everybody.
I see it from. I definitely see it because I was that kid at one point, right? When I was like 18, 17, 18, and I was working at, my first job was at the movie theater, right? And I was getting an allowance that I had to I couldn't buy every single game. I had to play games and beat them and then bring them back to the store to get a credit to buy another game or trade stuff in and all that stuff. I know about that, right? But at that time in my life when I was dealing with that stuff, in my mind I wasn't thinking, damn, I wish there was a subscription-based service to where all these games were made, where all these games were subsidized so that I can experience everything. Because people are not going to play everything anyway, right? That's one. Two, a lot of people don't even finish the games they have, right? Before these subscription services, right? Just the games that people own, right? Because one thing that you love to see that we tend to see a lot of on social media is, what are people always talking about? Their backlog. My backlog.
Yeah.
That's what they always talking about, right?
correct.
People
You're
are
correct.
always talking about backlogs of games that they need to get back to and finish and beat, but never go back to them and finish and beat. So you want all these games in a subsidized service like Game Pass or PS Now, you know, for super cheap, just for you to keep looking at them and saying,
all
I need
these
to play
games.
this, I need
Not
to
all
beat this,
these
I
games.
need to do this.
I just
No, but that's
just
what
like
I'm, no, I'm not
having,
saying.
like-
I'm not saying you, but I'm saying this is what a lot of people already do now with the games that they own, right? You've got people that own a ton of games, and they'll look at all these games and still not play or beat them, right? And you listen, I'm a culprit of this as well. In terms of me, you know, I own a lot of games and I can't get to everything, right? Like, you know, there's games where I'll buy them,
Right.
and I'm like, oh, I'll get to them when I get to them, and it'll be like super later because it's so many games, right?
Yeah.
But you know, I have no issue buying my games, right? But now just imagine a subscription-based service with, you know, either it be Game Pass that's 200 games or PS Now that's 800 games. You're gonna have that same person that's on Twitter all the time talking about, I need to finish this, I need to play this, saying the same thing in Game Pass, saying the same thing in PS Now. How, oh, I need to finish this game, oh, I need to play this, and never play it. They'll see this wall of games, try them for like an hour or two, and never go back. That's what Game Pass and
I
PS
feel
Now
you.
is going to be. It's going to be people trying games
It
without
already
having
is
to
that.
buy. But and this is what and the industry should be.
But
This
it's not for
in its
some
entirety.
people. Not for lots of people. PS Now and Game Pass is simply a service that allows them to participate in the AAA games that come out all day and date, $60, and also get, you know, your Hollow Knight, your whatever the fuck you want to play. You know,
When
little
you
super
let me ask you a
hot,
question. Let me
whatever.
ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, just a guy. Can you afford a Lamborghini?
No.
No. You buy the car that you can afford for the right now, right? So if you can afford,
Yeah.
if so, you can't afford a Lamborghini, but you can afford a Toyota. You gonna buy the Toyota, or you just gonna keep catching a bus?
What about a Toyota?
Same thing applies with games. You can't afford them now. Wait till they're on sale,
Yeah,
or get
I mean,
or get your money up.
Even
I don't-
even
I
if
don't-
you-
Wait
if
for a
you-
sale or
even
get
if
your
you
money
wait
up.
for a sale, $20, $30, that adds up over time.
So-
a lot
so
of
the six-
indies
you
go
own-
under
it
doesn't
the
matter.
bus.
but
It doesn't
you
matter.
own the game. You own it.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
I still think, you know, ownership is the most important thing, but all I'm saying is, you know, for indie games.
Okay, why do we have to
probably
treat an
worth it.
indie title? I have a question. Why is it that indie games have to be treated as lesser games because they're independent games that they don't deserve to be purchased? I just
No.
I don't,
It's not about. No, it's not. Well, I'm speaking for myself. Indie games, I don't think they're lesser games. It's just that when, like I said, 2018, when the games like God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption, Sekiro, all of these games are coming out. The indie games, they're going for someone like me. They're not going to get played. They're not going to get
But-
bought. I'm waiting for those games.
But they're not
I get
trying to
that,
be on
but
the
if they
same
were
as
in the
those AAA
subscription-based service and play in those same games, God of War, Sekiro, whatever, were also in the subscription-based service, the indies
be
wouldn't get
overshadowed.
played there either.
right, and I mean
Because they, you know, I could tell you right now, I love indies, right? Shout out to the indie devs. Between an indie and God of War 2 Ragnarok,
you know what
where
it's
do you
gonna
think
be.
where do you think I'm going? I'm going to God of War
Yeah.
Ragnarok 2. God of War 2 Ragnarok. I'm not going to the indie first because you know no. I'm being true to myself and I'm cutting out the bullshit. Nah.
But
That was disrespectful. That was disrespectful.
But
No,
the
I'm being
indie-
honest though. Like I'm not saying
There's-
I wouldn't play the indie. What I'm saying is I'll play the indie when I get to it. If I've got God of War Ragnarok, Horizon, Ratchet and Clank Returnal, and then 2-3 indies down the line that I want to play as well, what do you think I'm going to play first? What do you think is going to grab a lot of people's attention first?
Feel you.
Right?
The AAA.
And that same thing applies in a subscription-based service. It doesn't matter where the game is. If there's something bigger that people want to play, that's where they're going to go first. And they'll
And
get
these-
to the other game eventually. Even
But the
with
independent-
AAA games, it's the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
The independent
you're right.
games are not, but you gotta think a lot of these indie games aren't trying to compete with the likes of God of War and The Last of Us, you know.
Man,
And
a
so-
game is a game. I think it's all competition at the end of the day because they're fighting for the same dollar.
Yes, there's all competition,
fighting for
but
your dollar.
there's levels.
Right,
levels.
exactly. They know that their game is probably not going to sell, 15 million copies. You know what I mean? But I mean, I think that I don't think they should be relegated to just shoveled into a big pool of other games on the service.
I'm gonna keep it a stack with you too.
I see where
This gonna be this might be a bit controversial, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man, in the chat and on in the panel. I'm tired of. I'm not trying to play these pixel games, pixelated games anymore, man. I'm gonna be honest, man.
Hey,
And I get that a lot of those indie teams, they don't have a big enough team to, create some, or whatever
I
the
think
case
that's
may be,
gonna
or the
change,
right
though.
tools
It's
or
that
whatever.
next gen fever. I
But
feel
I
like.
think-
Nah,
I
even
think-
last gen, I was getting sick of that shit because I'm just like,
But-
yo, man, like,
But
I
that's
want
gonna
things
be-
to look better on the eyes
That's
for
going to
me,
be a little
man.
different because you got to think Unreal is making their engine accessible and making it free to indie developers that don't sell a ton of copies. So I think with this generation, going further into this generation, you're going to see more graphically intensive independent games.
AA stuff.
And not this side scroll top down stuff that we've been playing. So I think it's going to improve.
Yeah,
Yep.
I definitely agree.
Mhm.
But
I
yo,
also
look, man,
think
listen,
that I was gonna say I also think it's like pretty stupid how shout out to Portal Rock, but I think like the whole having like a podcast about like Bethesda being somewhat exclusive to Xbox, I think it's all pretty stupid because the console itself doesn't have any exclusives. People go say, oh, but it's a console exclusive. Console exclusives are not real exclusives, so the whole conversation is pointless anyways. If it's going to PC, I don't think it should be giving any attention.
I hear you on that, man.
Well, that's true.
But yo, man, listen, I've been on this thing since 5:30. Good conversation, fellas. Definitely real good. I know you came at the end. Pause. Just a guy, but appreciate you coming through, man. Let's get into these outros, man. Link, man, give the people your outro, bro.
Great show as always. Good to be able to, like I said, get a chance to get my opinion out here.
Definitely.
But good show, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yo, just a guy, man. Give us your outro, bro.
Facts. Even though I came at the end, great show, y'all. Appreciate. Thanks for letting me come through, share my thoughts. Have a good night, y'all.
Do you do a pod? Do you have your own like YouTube channel, just a
Nah,
guy?
I just come through.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Yo, listen, ladies and gentlemen in the chat, man, I appreciate all of you for coming through. Like I said, this was an impromptu show. It wasn't planned, but I was like, you know what? I got that fever. I wanted to put my thoughts out there real quick. Listen, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, PlayStation Nation, more specifically, I'm talking to PlayStation Nation. I'm talking to you. Xbox guys, Nintendo guys, PC guys, y'all can sit to the side. I'm talking strictly to my PlayStation Nation crew. You understand? PlayStation Nation, listen. We eating good out here. We eating good. So don't listen, chill. Chill, sit back. Let the Xbox dudes have their moment. You feel me?
What moment? The
Well,
games
nah,
are
they-
going to PC. This
you
is
know-
not a moment. I don't care.
No, it's not. But let them think about that. Let them think they've got a moment. Let them think they've got a one up PlayStation Nation. Let them think.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what we got coming out the next couple months.
Like Ratchet and Clank and Returnal, man.
That's a funny thing. Yeah, we also gotta look. We also gotta look to the future when it comes to gaming. But we also gotta look at the here and now. The next 3 months. PlayStation Nation. The next 3 months. PlayStation
It's only
Nation.
3.
You got a lot of good games to play, so.
We got a lot of good games to play coming out here in the
Niggas been
next
saying,
couple
wait
months.
till E3
PlayStation
so
Nation.
long, E3 doesn't even exist anymore. What a
So
trash.
PlayStation Nation, I need you guys to be moving out here with class and grace. You understand? Because we out here. We got the games. We eating good. Our bellies is fat off of eating good out here with these
Nigga
games.
preaching. I'm done.
You understand me, PlayStation Nation? But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate all of you. Please be safe. This Saturday morning, What's Up PlayStation podcast with myself and Bari. It's gonna be a good. I hope it's gonna be good. Tentative. We'll say tentative because the news looking kind of dry this week. But we'll make we'll make the best of the show. And yeah, man, I appreciate all of you guys. Please be safe. Enjoy the rest of the week. Be safe out here because it's springtime and it's especially in New York. Shit about to be jumping. So please be safe. Please be safe.
Yes.
And I'll see you guys next time.